Alright, and welcome to another edition of your Spot On Fishing Forecast, January 2014. Boy, the end of November and December has sure brought us some really cold weather. I mean, it's just been cold front after cold front coming through here with not a whole lot of warm weather in between. But one thing it didn't stop was the fish biting. I mean, we have caught some really nice numbers of fish throughout the month of December. Redfish and speckled trout, all of them being caught all over the marsh. And moving into January, it looks like January is going to bring us more of the same. I mean, the 1st of January here, it's starting out with a really nice cold front. Looks like we're going to have another good cold front coming in behind it. So with these cold fronts coming in, it should just keep our fish biting, and we're just going to have to fish around the fronts. You know, that 50-degree water temperature is going to be the key this month to me. When it's below 50 degrees, I start looking for my fish up in the dead-end canals. 6 feet of water, 7, 8 feet of water in that area. And these fish are going to be stacked up in these canals down on the bottom. I'm going to throw a 1/4 ounce jig head with a plastic bait on it. Berkeley gulp will work. Color's not really going to be that big of a deal when they're stacked up in these canals like that. And just throw it out there and work it really, really slow along the bottom. I mean, these fish are in there. They're not really feeding. It's an opportunity for them to eat. They're in there trying to stay warm. So fish them with a 1/4 ounce jig head with a plastic bait, slow rolling it on the bottom, and you'll be able to put together a nice box of speckled trout this month. You know, on those warm days in between the fronts when that sun's really high, I'm going red fishing. I'm gonna move up on the shallow flats on the side of them deep canals, in the oyster beds, and in that little area the water's gonna warm up with that sun, and I'm gonna go red fishing. Take a 1/4 ounce jig head with, I like an avocado and clear with a chartreuse tail. Deadly Dudley makes one called frog's breath. That's probably my favorite bait this time of the year to throw up there. You'll see out on the side, we caught quite a few redfish just the other day throwing that frog's breath by Deadly Dudley across the top of the oyster flats for the redfish. That don't seem to work. I'll take a popping cork. Set a popping cork, put your jig head or a live minnow on the bottom, set it where it's just barely off the bottom, and let that float across the top of the oyster beds for your redfish this time of the year. So to keep up with how we're doing on the water, join me on my Facebook page or on my webpage at spotonfishingadventures.com to keep up with our day-to-day adventures on the water. Now, if you'd like to go fishing with Captain Anthony Buquoi, you can email him at captainbuquoi@gmail.com. And I'd love to take y'all fishing anytime this year. Thank you for joining me today, and keep joining us every month for your Spot On Fishing Forecast.